All right, let's move along. This was a fun clip. There's been a renewed vigor by billionaires who seem to be freaking out at the prospect of either Bernie or Warren winning. And they've really targeted their ire over the past week or two on Warren. I suspect simply because they are of the belief that Bernie is not a significant electoral threat. I think they're going to be mistaken. They're mistaken in that assessment, and I suspect we will hear them talk about Bernie later. But they, right for the time being, have been going after Warren, and it's been nice because now they're getting a little bit more exposed. They're engaging in this fight, and that is good because they can't win the rhetorical argument. They're going to win the other part, or very likely.
The stuff about power.
Exactly. Because of the billions and billions of dollars they have. But for every Michael Bloomberg that throws his hat into the race, there's another billionaire somewhere just trying to lay low, or one who's just trying to seem like, well, I'm one of the good guys. Like Jamie Dimon. When we heard during the financial crisis, Chase was supposedly the good bank.
Hashtag not all billionaires.
Exactly.
That was even worse. That was literally not all banks.
Right.
Like as an institution.
Now, I don't know if Jamie Dimon is specifically a billionaire, but
I think so.
He's extremely wealthy. 100 millionaire, several times over at the very least. And here is Leslie Stahl.
He's a billionaire.
He is a billionaire. There you go. Here's Leslie Stahl asking, and they really don't like it when you're not stroking them. And when you sit down with 60 Minutes, like even then, like, how dare you? Here is Leslie Stahl asking a fairly benign question.
Executive pay. Last year, you were paid $31 million. Too high?
The board sets mine. I have nothing to do with it.
Well, you could return some of it.
Now, this is amazing. This guy's like won the lottery. I have nothing to do with what I get paid. That's fascinating. He's the only guy in America who does it just like, bliff, 31 million, 3,500 bucks, whatever the board says. There you go.
To do with it.
Oh, pause it. You know who points the board? Well, I think it's the CEO gets to at least nominate some people, right? Somebody's got to appoint people to the board. Suggest, serves up. Is it? Who is it? I don't know.
I think I'm looking at what Jamie Dimon's titles are to see if his relationship to it.
Here we go. Oh, I'm sure.
That's mine. I have nothing to do with it.
Well, you could return some of it.
I could. Is that going to solve any of those problems?
I don't know.
Is it going to solve any of those problems?
No, but you could set an example, say, I'm not going to take all that money. Okay. I don't need it.
I could. I'm going to leave it to the board to set my comp. Not you, not the press.
You've answered
my board,
every one of my questions, but this one you're fobbing off.
Yeah, the board has to do it.
Well, let me ask it in a general way. Should executive pay in this country be curbed?
What does that mean?
Cut back. Should there be a way to say, we're not going to have...
I mean, what could he possibly have been mistaken? Like I'm very confused. Like, curbed?
Curb your dog?
You mean like what? Picked up off the ground? I don't understand.
Hold on.
And this is, he's all like, I'm not going to answer this specific question about me. Give me a general question. A general question? Oh, I don't understand what you're talking about.
Should executive pay in this country be curbed?
What does that mean?
Cut back. Should there be a way to say, we're not going to have such a spread between our workers and the guy at the top?
When you say something like that, you got to say, how are you going to do it? What does it make sense? I think you use the tax system to do that. I would not have cut the tax on the rich. I would have expended your earned income tax credit instead, which is like a negative income tax for lower paid people. We probably should change the minimum wage, which I don't think it's been changed for like 10 or 15 years. There are solutions to these problems. The problems are real. It does not mean free enterprise.
Okay, well, now I'll tell you what's encouraging is that you have Jamie Dimon publicly promoting these things. Now, the reason he's doing that is because he wants to maintain all of his money, his obscene amount of wealth that has come, at least in part, not totally, but from the immiseration of other people. That's just the bottom line. In fact, our next guest is going to be talking about that over-financialization. But it is also unstable. And that's why I think he knows, like, well, can't we shore things up? But if you were reminded of something of Jamie Dimon's appearance on 60 Minutes, I think I know what it is. It was this moment from the fake 60 Minutes on Saturday Night Live over 30 years ago.
Pardon me for saying this, but you seem defensive.
I'm not being defensive. You're the one who's being defensive. Why is it always the other person who's being defensive?
Life imitates
That
art.
Martin Short line, that's so clever. Why is it always the other person who's being defensive?
Oh, folks, the